This is the National Threshers Association annual renewal here in Fulton County Fairgrounds in Ohio. I'm Darren, and this is the Industrial Revolution. Well, actually, that over there is the Industrial Revolution. That's where we have all the steam stuff, and that's where we're headed next. There's a lot to see here, so instead of ruining the great sights and sounds with narration, why don't you just look around for a bit? Then I'll rejoin you as we look at some of the highlights.
I have a couple of people that are trying to take care of this, but I need a representative from the Ladies of Steam to come see me in the infield at the announcer stand. I need a representative of the Ladies of Steam to see me at the announcer stand in the infield, please. It is important.
If it looks like organized chaos, it's because, well, it is. There's a lot more here to see, but when I see the only vertical boiler in the place, I've got to go check it out. Yours looks a little different from everybody else's.
Yeah, it's kind of my own concept, I guess you might say.
Yeah?
I didn't build it. I bought it as a half-finished project.
Yeah? So it's not really historic. It's more, hey, let's see what we can put together.
Right, it's for toys. You know, the chassis is from a 1940s era international one-ton utility.
Yeah?
It's kind of like a pickup truck. They didn't call them pickup trucks back then, but it's like a one-ton utility.
All right.
Boiler and the engine are from early 1920s sometime. Steering column's off an old case tractor, and the rest is what you see, you know.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's just a toy.
They're setting up to tension the belt for the equipment. This is just a portable steam boiler, so it's not actually a traction engine and not actually self-propelled, so it does need a bit of help. I'm with Darren Myers, the owner of this traction engine here. So, tell me, what year is this? Who made it?
1916 Russell 2590 or 2575.
Okay, this is a traction engine, not so much a tractor. So, as a traction engine, the main focus is turn that flywheel and do work rather than tow things.
Right.
And with a tractor, your main goal is typically tow things. So, show me how this works. So you've got the boilers already up. So at this point, if you were hooked up to a threshing machine or a sawmill or something, it could be around this crown pulley. What do you need to do to start it up?
You have three basic levers to operate it, and this is the clutch that engages the traction to move it. So you want that disengaged. This is your forward and reverse valve gear, changes your valve, and this is your throttle right here. You speed it up and slow it down.
Okay, and the valve gear and stuff, that's all exactly the same as a locomotive, right?
Yeah.
Here we have small wheel the piston's connected to here. We've got the drain valves here, same as you have on a locomotive. If you've ever seen a locomotive when it starts, you get that huge burst of steam right at the beginning. That's because these are open, because if you get water in here, you can actually make that thing explode. You don't want to do that. It's kind of hard on the engine.
Yeah, it'll blow the head right
Yeah, it blows the heads off of them, and so you open that up until you get the water out. And you get the really high-tech power steering system down here with the chains.
This is the serial number of it. It's designated to the 1916 model.
Both stuff have a regulator governor up there to keep a consistent speed. So here, we were talking a little earlier, we've actually got, so this is the clutch here to engage the drive, right?
This is the clutch right here. These are your shoes right here.
Oh, okay.
They're wood blocks that push out against the inside of the pulley.
Okay.
and then that drives your intermediate gears.
And that drives this gear, which drives this gear down here.
And this is your differential right here, so one wheel can go faster than the other.
Yep, so you've got the differential for the two wheels on both sides, so you've got both rear wheels drive it. Here's some more of that real complex steering system here. It's power steering, it's as powerful as you are. You got 4 whistles up there. 3 whistles up
One
there.
is the pop off. The center little one there, that's your pressure pop off valve.
Okay. So you want to be heard.
Pressure release, yeah.
Can we hear them?
Then, the last one will probably have some condensation, but I'll clean it
It'll
up.
warble a little bit, that's okay. Yep, a little bit of condensation in there.
Yeah.
So what are the other controls up here? So we've got to keep the boiler happy, obviously.
Injector valve.
Can I climb up here?
Yeah. This is the main valve to feed the high pressure into the line.
Okay, so that adds water to your boiler.
Well, that's your steam pressure coming out.
Yep, okay.
And then you open this, and that allows it to go back in. And then this is your siphon, your hose that sucks the water. So you open this, and then open that, and that automatically sucks the water in and pushes it in the boiler.
Okay. What pressure do you operate at?
I operate at 160.
160?
Yeah, that's what that release valve is set at from the factory, is 160 pounds.
What about these other valves over here?
These are tricox. These are just manual valves. You open those in case your water glass, if it's not moving, they used to suck dirt out of ditches, muddy water out of ditches.
Yep.
And those will get plugged up. And so these are a manual way. You open it, that way you know your water level is either here or here.
So I'm not seeing water in there, am I? It's right at the very
It's
bottom?
clear full. When I
completely
shut
full.
it down yesterday, I wanted to have plenty of water. So yeah, it's clear full. And I'm setting uphill also.
A little bit, yeah. Yep. So do you have problems with hills on this? Exposing the crown sheet or anything?
You don't want to go downhill.
You
I
don't
mean, they did years ago, but good engineer, to keep enough water in it so it wouldn't fry them over. But yeah, in the hills, you got to be on your toes.
Right.
But they farmed with large engines out in Montana, North Dakota.
Oh yeah, they definitely drove these on hills and drove them on roads.
You kept your eye glued to the water and make sure you had water on the crown sheet.
Yeah, and you got a good sized steam dome up there, it looks like, so you can get a good amount of water in that boiler.
Yeah.
So, some of the railroad, some of the locomotive boilers, you had to have headroom in the boiler. It looks like this, you don't really need much headroom. This is a shingle cutter. Before modern shingles, they were usually made of wood, typically cedar. Before this machine was invented, they were hand split one by one, making them fairly expensive. This saw, although it does waste far more wood in the form of sawdust, makes up for it easily with the time savings. What you may not see here is that the carriage actually rocks back and forth with each pass, making the top thin on one and the bottom thin on the next one. The thin side goes up when shingling a roof. This is kind of an unusual sawmill setup, and the first I've ever seen like it. sawmill itself isn't the unusual part. It's the fact that it has two separate small traction engines connected at once to power it. When I asked the operator of the engine on the right, he told me that his traction engine actually has a setting on it that will let it sync up the speed as it gets off the pulley. This lets the engine on the left control the actual speed, while his just adds power to the system. Well, that's about it today for the National Steam Threshers Association gathering here in Ohio. Great thing about this, you can come out here, only $5 to get in. Lots of great traction engines, sawmills, threshing machines, you name it. And all these people very willing to talk about what they're doing out here, answer all your questions, show off their equipment. And these are the people that are keeping the Industrial Revolution alive. That's why this is the Industrial Revolution. Hey, wait, before you go, I need your help to keep going here. So as you can see, I'm out here today in Smoky Mountains, filming on location. Almost every video I do is on location, and unfortunately that's not cheap. So if you could help me out, I'd really appreciate it. There's some easy ways to do that. First way to help me out is completely free. Just hit like and subscribe. And share this video with your friends, draw more people to the channel. That's great, that helps a lot. Also, you can comment. I love reading the comments, and I've had some great ideas from those comments, in fact. Finally, if you can help out on Patreon, Industrial Revolution, at patreon.com/Industrial Revolution, or hit Super Thanks, or something I just added just before recording this. Have a affiliate store set up on the link to the video on the channel or on the closing screen here. Hit the shop button. That'll take you out to my webpage. Follow any of those links out to Amazon or other sites, and the channel will get a percentage of your entire purchase, even if you don't purchase that thing you look at. So lots of cool stuff over there. All of those really help the channel out a lot. Thanks for coming again and watching the video, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.